Hello again. It's Mystery Pony Fiction here again, and I just decided that I'd like to get more work done rather than sit around and, I don't know, play video games or something, because at the moment I'm just having so much fun just getting stuff done, and I want to ride the high while I can before I have to start going to work again. So I'll start with the intro.
It's the Mystery Pony Fiction channel. Mystery. Also available as a podcast on Spotify. Pony. And Izzy Moonbow is best pony, by the way. Fiction. Bro, hoof, comment, subscribe. Ring that bell.
And also Moon Song is another supporter that I haven't been able to add to the card yet. Okay, so what I plan to do today, well, it's only been a couple of hours since I just finished reading the audiobook for Smarty Pants, the Ballad of Smarty Pants, and now I'm on to the next process, which is to generate the soundtrack for it. Now, I have to be careful what words I use, because I was going to say compose the soundtrack for the Smarty Pants audiobook, but the thing is, yes, I am going to be using AI tools and AI generated music and all that, which I'm sure can be a bit of a controversial to some people, and I completely agree with that. I just thought I'd talk a little bit about my views on AI generated. I guess maybe you can't call it art, but let me just explain why I use it for my projects, and I don't know if it is a legitimate justification or not, but that's up to you. That's up to you to decide. So I've set up my OBS to be able to switch between the corner of the screen here to my full screen, which will also show my OBS open and running. So now I'll minimize that, because I'm going to need a full view of my screen to be able to play around with Suno and generate stuff. Now, the reason... Now, I used to create my audiobooks using no AI generated tools or stuff or whatever, because I've been doing it for nearly 5 years now. And I used to do everything myself. I did, obviously, the voices. You know, I did the narration. And I used to be subscribed to a place called Artlist. Artlist.io. Okay, that doesn't look like the real Artlist site. I guess I'll go to Google. That seems to be some sort of domain that someone bought. That's, I don't know, they're holding on to. But here's the real Artlist.io site. Now, I used this for a couple years because I paid for one entire year at a discount. It was like 200 Australian dollars to have access to Artlist's music and sound effects library for a whole year. And I made use of that, so I was able to go and get music, right? And they had an absolutely amazing selection. They, you know, I could put in a genre, I could, mood. I could say what mood, whether I wanted a serious song. I could add serious, say that I don't want anything dramatic, And it's just like as easy as that. This I highly recommend Artlist. It is an absolutely amazing source, but it is quite expensive. It's like $20 a month, or a huge bunch of cash for a whole year. So once my first year of this amazing tool ran out, they've also got sound effects, which I used to use all the time, and I used to go a bit crazy with sound effects. I used to put a sound effect to every closing door or footstep. It was getting insane, and it was actually adding way too much to how long it would take for me to create my audiobook. And the sound effects were absolutely amazing. Anything I could imagine in my head, I would be able to find. Like, there was just about nothing that I could imagine that Artlist didn't have a sound effect for. And as long as I had an active subscription, I could just download and chuck them in and all that. Now, obviously, you've seen me needing to start using free sound. So in addition to cutting down massively on the amount of sound effects that I use in my audiobooks, I also often have to provide attributions, a lot of stuff I can't use at all if I plan to monetize my video. So overall, I've had to just cut down on my sound effect usage, which kind of makes my audiobooks not sound like they're as good quality as they used to be. So, why I'm saying all this? Okay, there was a point after using Artlist for about 3 years, I was extremely loyal to them. They were an amazing tool. But what happened was they started to copyright strike my videos on YouTube. Either immediately or after the fact. And I was able to get these copyright strikes removed because, like, for the whole first 2 or so years that I used them, this never happened. It happened like once in a blue moon. I'd have to go through their support and ask them to remove the copyright strike because I had an active subscription and I had a perfectly legitimate right to use the song. But then, I don't know, some sort of policy changed and they started striking the music in my videos constantly. And while they would remove the copyright strikes, if I went through their support and sent a couple of emails back and forth, they would realize that, they weren't supposed to strike my video and it would eventually get resolved. But my video would have been up for about a week at that point, and I would have missed on the initial set of, amount of views. So because I am an independent creator and it costs me money to do this hobby, I pay for, my subscription to Suno now. It used to be a more expensive subscription to Artlist. I pay for my subscription to Suno now. I pay for hosting services to Mediafire. What else? I pay for, I pay to keep my podcast up on libsyn.com because if I don't, then I will lose a lot of the stuff that's not allowed on YouTube anymore. All of that old work will be gone. So I have this cost to keep doing this hobby that is more than what I ever get back, whether it be from donations from you guys, the little bits of tips I get from memberships. It doesn't equal to me making a profit from doing this hobby. So that's the reason why I had to dump Artlist and find an alternative source of music, and that's when Suno started becoming popular and I started playing with it and I was absolutely astounded by it, and I decided from that point that I'm going to use Suno for my videos from now on. Yeah, so I tried to, never have to do that, but Artlist basically ruined it because I guess a lot of, actual artists or content creators that make a profit and have a full staff, they can have multiple people in their staff, do all these copyright claim emails back and forth. They can designate someone else to it. But I have to do everything myself, so I just didn't have time to be, arguing over the copyright status, my rights to use the music. So Suno was just the easier way. I was able to not have to worry about that anymore. So yeah, if you have a problem with the fact that I now use AI music, it's not like I'm doing it instead of paying real artists to create music for me. I can't afford to do that, obviously, so I'm either close down my Mystery Pony Fiction channel, or I just find another alternative. So, I just felt like I wanted to explain that. But let's get back to what I intended to do. I am going to be creating a soundtrack for the Ballad of Smarty Pants. Now, what I'm going to do first, so I've got Chat GPT up. I just had it make a thumbnail for me that you're probably going to be seeing soon in one of my videos. I'd like to go to yesterday, song creation, just because I think it might understand the context of what I want to do, whereas that is a separate request about an image. I am on full screen right now, aren't I? Yep. I doubt I'd be able to use Suno in a tiny, corner of my screen, because there's just too much stuff to need to be able to see on screen. So let's go ahead and do what I usually do. I've only done it this way a couple times so far, is to download a .html. I'll just download it to my MPF general folder. Let's open it up. Now I hope it is going to ignore, so there isn't too much additional text that it might take reference from. Because what I used to do was I used to just copy and paste the whole story into Suno, but I think that's going to be a bit hard with a multi-chapter story. So let's see what happens. I've downloaded that. Oh. I'm going to need to okay, so let me get it consistent with the last one. Write a song for me about the attached story to make in Suno. Ballad of Smarty Pants. Here's a full Suno ready song based on the Ballad of Smarty Pants. Alrighty, so what is its suggestion? Would you like an alternate version? A simple acoustic ballad in case you want a second tone opinion, but we'll find out. And it's got the genre here ready for me, so let's chuck that into lyrics. Okay, first I want to make a workspace. The Ballad of Smarty Pants. Add the lyrics. Now I guess I'm going to have a quick look at the lyrics to make sure that there's nothing completely stupid in it. I'll stitch finish shadow, soft twos, button eyes. Make sure that it follows the plot. I should be pretty familiar with the plot since I just read it today. Yep, that all looks to be in line with the plot. 2 plus 2 is 4. Awesome. I'm glad it mentioned that in the chorus because that is a very important part of the overall narrative, I think. I think that bit might give me chills a bit thinking of 2 plus 2 is 4. I think this story is going to give me a new appreciation for that phrase. Alright, I'm going to see if it follows the never in the dark again. Nice. Alright, so I'm happy with that. I'm just going to add a intro. And there's also something that I should have added before, although it worked out in the last case. But I need to put a end in. Oh, what do you call those things? They're not brackets, they're... Man, it's slipping my mind what they're called. Tag. Yeah, tags. Or you make a tag out of them. Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing how this turns out. So, it's going to be emotional, gentle folk, gentle acoustic guitar, soft piano, strings swelling towards the end, tender vocals. I think I'm going to want it to have male vocals because I kind of think of Smarty Pants as being male, even though obviously I've stuck to I can't have a gender. I just think it would suit Smarty Pants more, so I'm going to go male vocals. Well, it's already mentioning vocals, so I'll go tender male vocals. And there we go. By the way, you might notice that my voice and the audio sounds a little different. I'm actually speaking away from the microphone at the moment because because when I was reading the Ballad of Smarty Pants earlier, I was leaned over a chair with the mic right in front of my mouth, whereas now I need to have my feet up, be sitting back in my couch with my keyboard on my lap. So I've actually got my microphone off to the side a little bit with the gain turned up a bit. Before I had accidentally left the volume the same, even though I moved the microphone a lot further away from me. This time I've got it higher, so my voice should hopefully be more in balance with what the audio is about to be. Let me check that. The audio is coming through my headphones, and well, I guess I'll see right now if the audio is going to be on the audio mix on OBS.
I was stitched to be your shadow, soft hooves and button eyes. I held you through the thunder, I saw you touch the skies. From diaper days to magic spells, I watched you find your way. You smiled and said we'd be best friends forever and a day. Even in the dark when you forgot my name, I still believed you'd find me all the same. 2 + 2 is 4, and love is more than a notebook full of memories we swore. We'd never lose, we'd never bend. You were my first, my forever friend. And though the shadows took their claim, you found me, you called my name, held me close and said again, I'll never leave you in the dark again. I guarded every secret, I braved the deepest gloom. When laughter faded, doors were closed, I stayed inside your room. When other dreams came calling and crowns began to shine, I waited hard, unchanging, frozen in a box of time. Even when the years had worn us thin, I still believed I'd hear you call me in. 2 + 2 is 4, and love is more than a dusty shelf of dreams we store. You came back when the tears had bled, you cradled me and bowed your head. And though the silence screamed with pain, you found me, you knew my name, and whispered through your tears again, I'll never leave you in the dark again. Time stitched the scars into your wings.
Wait a minute. Okay, I just thought it missed something. But it just correctly skipped the instruction. And it's probably going to... Okay, just checking.
To your wings.
Yeah.
But love still sews the broken things.
Yeah, I lost track. I need to make sure it's saying the right things. What was I up to?
Sews the broken things. You came back for me, my oldest friend, and we'll never be alone.
Okay. Just want to go back a bit and make sure it does everything correctly after that bridge part. I've just got to figure out where it is when I go back a bit.
The scars into your wings.
Scars into your wings. Oh, that's still after the bridge. Back a bit more. I think that's right there, dark again.
Whisper through your tears again, I'll never leave you in the dark again.
Oh, this will be interesting. Is it really going to do a distant children's choir? If it manages to do that, I'll be very impressed. Let's find out.
Time stitched the scars into your wings, but love still sews the broken things. back for me, my oldest friend, and we'll never be alone again. 2 + 2 is 4.
Alright, it didn't follow that instruction, but I didn't really expect it to. That was a bit ambitious. But here we go. Final chorus, soaring with full strings. It really picks up there, doesn't it?
2 + 2 is 4, and love is more than every lonely night endured before. You held me close, you stayed this time. You made the dark and silence shine, and in your arms I'll still remain. You found me, you healed the pain, and promised with your soul again. I'll never leave you in the dark again. Never in the dark.
Okay, let's see if it manages to do soft piano fading out. I'm curious.
Leave you in the dark again. Never in the dark again. Never in the dark again.
Alright, a nice clean end as well. It didn't quite follow the instruction of soft piano fading out, which is a little disappointing. It was obviously a guitar, but it still sounds like a damn good song. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to put that public. So it's now public on my Suno account. Oh, by the way, I forgot to title the song The Ballad of Smarty Pants. Of Smarty Pants. Oh, by the way, I wonder if anyone watching the stream has been trying to chat. After last time, I don't really expect anyone to be watching this live, but just in case, I should probably been trying to pop out chat. Okay, so no one's said anything in the chat, so no one's watching live. That's okay. I'm always hoping they will, but well, maybe eventually. Now, where was I? So I just wanted to check if anyone said anything. So, I am quite happy with that. The question is the other one even better? But I often, if I'm that happy with it, I probably won't have the patience to listen intently and carefully through another entire song. I'm just going to compare the choruses, see which chorus sounds the better, and then I might consider having a closer listen to the second song. So the chorus of this one, go back to it. Come on, let me skip ahead in it, please. Oh, are you going to tell me I can't skip ahead? Oh, then how am I going to just maybe if I refresh, it will allow me to actually skip through the song. Okay, let's go. Skip ahead. Okay. Sometimes refreshing the page will allow you to do certain things in Suno. There's quite a lot of different circumstances where just refreshing the page has allowed me to do what I want. Now let's listen to the chorus, which is probably the most important part of the song.
A notebook full of memories we swore.
Am I already in a notebook full of memories we swore? I want to listen to from the start of the chorus. I guess pre-chorus too. Let's see.
Even in the dark when you forgot my name, I still believed you'd find me all the same. 2 plus 2 is 4, and love is more than a notebook full of memories we swore we'd never lose, we'd never bend. You were my first, my forever friend. And though the shadows took their claim, you found me, you called my name, held me close and said again, I'll never leave you in the dark again.
Okay, now, while that's fresh in my memory, I'm going to compare it to this song until the chorus.
I was stitched to be your shadow, soft hooves and button eyes. I held you through the thunder, I saw you touch the skies. From diaper days to magic spells, I watched you find your way. You smiled and said we'd be best friends forever and a day. Even in the dark when you forgot my name, I still believed you'd find me all the same. 2 plus 2 is 4, and love is more than a notebook full of memories we swore we'd never lose, we'd never bend. You were my first, my forever friend. And though the shadows took their claim, you found me, you called my name, held me close and said again, I'll never leave you in the dark again.
I think I slightly like the voice of the second one better, and other than that, there's not really much of a noticeable difference. So I'm not going to bother listening to the rest of that song. However, I am curious about a couple things. Is it going to create a distant children's choir? I just want to find out if it can manage to do that. So I'm going to find the bridge again.
I'll never leave you in the dark again. Time stitched the scars into your wings, but love still sews the broken things. You came back for me, my oldest friend, and we'll never be alone again. 2 plus 2 is 4.
Okay. So not just did it not have a children's choir, but I think it went into the final chorus a bit too fast there. So overall, it looks like this is a worse version of the song. The other thing I'm curious is if it's going to do the piano fading out or not, instead of the guitar.
In silence shine, and in your arms I'll still remain. You found me, you healed the pain, and promised with your soul again, I'll never leave you in the dark again. Never in the dark again.
Oh, see that there it repeated a line I didn't ask it to, so that sucked.
Never in the dark again.
Oh, piano. It had a piano there. That was kind of cool. It had a couple of piano notes, so it's possible that Suno can kind of follow instructions that deeply. So cool. But yeah, overall, I'm going to go with the first one it generated. Now, can I go straight to video? I think the reason I can go straight to download video this time is because I've refreshed the page. Refreshing the page does a lot of things, including having it automatically have the video generated for the MP3 version. So that's going to go into story. Oh, fuck. Yeah. So the thing I forgot to do was to type in the Ballad of Smarty Pants in the first place. Ballad of Smarty Pants. And to make absolutely sure that I spell it right, this is where I start coming back here and copy and pasting. Copy. Make sure that the title is absolutely correct. Because I didn't put that title in before, it gave me its own made up title, randomly generated title. So what I need to do is I need to go to song details, and I now need to change that. I don't know why a song title would ever have a comma at the end, but anyway. And put the Ballad of Smarty Pants here. So that's easy enough to fix. But also that is important for when so Ballad of Smarty Pants for that one too, even though I'm probably not going to use it. I think it's good enough to go public as well. Whatever. But now that I've done that, now I do want to go down and regenerate the video. Because otherwise the video that it generated is going to have that crappy other title that it made up for me. So now it's going to regenerate the video with the correct title on it. And just wait a little bit. AI is almost instant, but not quite. And there we go, we've got a video. I'll save that in the story folder. And that is the main outro song ready to go. I could always generate some more, but I probably don't really have time. This stream is probably already starting to run pretty long, and I haven't gotten to the next part yet, which is to create the instrumentals, which I'm going to use Chat GPT as an important tool in that, as I did before. So I'm going to come here, and while Suno still has it fresh in its memory what we're talking about, would you also like an alternative version, like a simple acoustic ballad, in case you want a second tone option for Suno? I think I'm pretty satisfied with the song I got. What I want now, how did I word it last time? I want to try to be consistent, write a song about the attached. I need one more towards the ending of the story. 3 alternative prompts. Okay, now I'm looking to make the instrumental background music for while the story is being read, with just a 200 character description of the genre and styles that will suit the story. I'll probably just keep copying that over and over again as I keep using ChatGPT. I wonder what this button does. Deep research. Get detailed insights on any topic. Think before responding. I've never tried that before. Let's see what it goes with as normal. Here's a 200 character prompt for the background music while the story is being read. And now I'm going to write, let's see if I can copy exactly what I asked it last time. Now can I have 3 alternative prompt? Okay, I misspelled that, so I'm going to correct it this time. Now can I please have 3 alternative prompts to make a variety of tones as needed in the story during different vibes, I think is a good way to word it. The variety of tones. I think that sentence is correct. Here, for early childhood warmth and innocence, Sparse ambient, so for lonely, dark or forgotten moments, for the emotional reunion and healing at the end. Okay, that sounds cool. I'm going to start with the first generic response for probably the music that I'll use in general. Suno, style tags. I told it to do 200 characters. How many did it end up with? I thought it normally tells me how much text it is. Okay, styles. I haven't put it in any of the wrong. There's an exclude styles section. Okay, so we're going with gentle orchestral folk with soft acoustic guitar, light piano, warm strings and ambient pads, tender, bittersweet, nostalgic, evoking love, lost memory and quiet hope. Let's see how well it does. And let's go. And it's buffering a bit. I'm not sure whether it's buffering or whether it's thinking. The AI's thinking. Okay, well, I don't need to listen to it all. I feel like that's the correct general vibe. The point is that once I'm actually in and editing the audiobook, that's when I'm going to be listening to these songs in their entirety. So I don't need to waste time doing it for every song here. I'm just going to get the vibe of each. So anyway, that one's clearly a bit shorter because it's finished calculating its length. But now I can go ahead and just get it to start quickly creating even more. Background music while the story is being read. Early childhood section. Suno, blam blam. And let's just get it to start going through it. I'm able to have a lot of generations going at once if necessary because I'm a pro member of Suno. I've got my paid benefits. And this one. So it's going to give me 2 of each. I'll probably end up using the whole thing. Now this is a very long story, so this probably isn't going to be enough. I might either repeat parts of it or come back during the actual editing of the audiobook. So I've listened to those 2. So this is meant to be the childhood part. Only 1 minute 49. I might have to either repeat that or Oh, this sounds even more like childhood music. I like this one better. Has anyone been in the chat? No. 2:45, that might be a bit more of a usable length. So the next two are meant to be for lonely, dark or forgotten moments. So hopefully there's a big shift in vibe for the next one. Where was I up to? Those are the two childhood ones. Oh yeah, those are the two general ones, then two childhood ones. Now this should be the dark one. Sparse ambient with distant piano echoes, low atmospheric drones, subtle hearth. Subtle heart beats cold. Ooh, there really heartbeats in this. Yeah, that is good. Now this next one is a full 4 minutes, which will be useful. Okay, that is appropriate. Now the next one's meant to be more happy. Emotional reunion and healing at the end. So this should be the music that I'll use as the epilogue of the story. Okay, so give a thumbs up to all of them. Now, if you give something a thumbs down, it will remove it from the list and hide it, which can be useful if you're definitely sure you don't want to use a song, but at the same time, it's a bit of a pain in the ass to find it again. What is this for? Bookmark or something. So I think that's pretty good, but I am absolutely certain that it's not going to be enough. Now I'm going to, I'm not going to make any use of this alternative second version because I know it's got mistakes in it. So let's thumbs that one down, because I'm not even going to upload it as an alternative to YouTube, like I did with the Applejack. Oh, why do I keep forgetting the title? Applejack Goes Nuts. So that one's now out of the picture. So now we're going to start saving them from this point as just WAV files because I don't need videos of them. Now either this isn't going to be enough music to cover the entire 5K words of reading that it will have to cover, so I will either have to loop some of these, repeat them, maybe twice each, or come back to Suno during the video editing process. But for now I'm just going to be... I don't get why I have to press the button twice. I didn't used to have to do this. I gotta carefully make sure I do them one at a time, because sometimes I've accidentally downloaded a song twice, and then but it still had a different file name, and I put it in my video timeline, and it's been two of the exact same song that I accidentally downloaded a second time. And it should be a total of 7 plus total of 8 tracks. The last one being called bracket 7. And there we go. Okay, is it going to do it? Show in folder. I seem to be having this weird thing where I swear I click on the show in folder button, but it for some reason registers it as open. So now, story. I'm going to get the video editing file started. Drop these in, and I bet it's going to be much shorter than the actual length of the actual Audacity. This is something I'm putting together soon, an Applejack compilation that I'm still putting together. Applejack Stories to Sleep 2 compilation. That's automatically loaded, but I want to start with a fresh thing and call it, again copying from here, the Ballad of Smarty Pants. So I need the Audacity file in Documents called Ballad. The reading is, so this is obviously going to be longer than the Applejack Goes Nuts, Finally Loses It one. It's currently 41 minutes 30 unedited, so once I edit it down I think it's going to be at least 35 minutes long. So there is no way the music that I generated is going to even come near that. Story. Ballad of Smarty Pants 120 plus the MP3 one. I mean MP4. Ballad of Smarty Pants MP4. Let's copy all that in. No, I don't want to make this a TikTok video. And there we go. How does that compare to the story that I have to cover? Oh, less than half. So I'm gonna go back for a moment. And generate at least another one of the general first. First one. Create. Just listen to it until it's allows you to download. So I've got 2,700 credits here. Create music with. I probably never even drop below 2,000 credits. The amount of that I get with this pro plan, which is the only plan above free, is always more than I need. Okay, I can download that one now. So another two 2-minute songs. So that's bracket 8 and bracket 9. See, I totally told you. It totally just played the song instead of open the folder. I'm sure I wasn't going crazy. Let's slot those in. So now there's at least a little bit more of the overall thing covered. So I'm either going to have these songs repeat or make some more while I'm editing the audiobook. And there we go, that's ready to begin the editing process, which I will do in the next stream, probably today. I'm just going to take a bit of a break. because it's 3 p.m. and I've got to go to work at midnight. I should be getting and I started my day at 7 a.m. so I should be getting some sort of afternoon nap, but I'm too energetic and I kind of want to make use of it to get as much creative work done as possible. And I'm going to regret it tonight when I have to work from midnight to 7 a.m. But I guess I'll deal with it. At least I will have gotten lots of work done today. So let's see how well I can easily switch back to the top corner and play my outro and then end the stream.
It's the Mystery Pony Fiction Channel. Mystery. Also available as a podcast on Spotify. Pony. And Izzy Moonbow is best pony, by the way. Fiction. Bro, hoof, comment,
Plus a moon song.
subscribe.